Do you know how idol worship started? Rambam says that it happened when Adam Harishon, who was born and made and created in this week's Parsha, Bereishis, the very first one, and his grandson, when he was born, people already started doing idol worship. They started reasoning that maybe we should start appreciating the sun, the moon. And then they said, let's serve God's handiwork, and then let's serve them as gods. And then, well, from there all hell broke loose, right? Literally. 2 generations after Adam, the first man was created, the first human that was infused with the breath of God, and 2 generations later, they're just a bunch of sinners. And you know what? That's really one of the major themes of the Torah. We have the Jews leaving Egypt, and the second they leave Egypt, they start complaining, say, what? Why is God taking us out? It's disgusting. He just did 10 plagues for you and saved your lives, and that's what you're doing. And then another time is when the sea split for the Jews, right? And they all went through the sea, and it was such a huge miracle. They say that even a cleaning lady saw more than one of the greatest prophets. Yet, then a few psukim later, a few sentences later, it says that the Jews were thirsty, they were hungry, and they just started complaining and acting as if they had no faith whatsoever. And then we had the greatest revelation at Har Sinai, Mount Sinai. We get the Torah. It's huge. 40 days later, we serve a cow and say that that's God. What is going on here? We should really think about it. Let's heel backwards and figure out why this is actually happening. Why do we have this over and over again? And you know what? Come on, face it. It happens again in your life. And it's so appropriate that we have the first instance, this whole thing of right after Adam is created, we steep into idolatry right in Parshas Bereishis, which is the Parsha which is coming off right after Sukkot, right after Simchas Torah, right after Yom Kippur. How many times, and okay, fine, I'm probably just talking to myself, maybe I'm talking to you also, how many times is it that on Yom Kippur we have this super high height only to realize a day or two later that we're kind of falling back into our old patterns, and we're not as great as we thought we were going to be. We thought we were going to have this great New Year's Rosh Hashanah resolution, and it just didn't happen in the end. You know that that's true. I guess the Torah is just saying it's normal, relax, it's terrible, you're not supposed to do it, you'll get punished, but at the same time it's normal. You're not alone in wondering, am I a terrible person? No, it's normal, it's a fact of life. We're going to have our ups, and they are going to be, more often than not, followed by downs. So just get ready for it, prepare for it, understand it, realize it, and when it happens, say, I don't like it, but this is just the way it is. This is the way that God wants it to be, and I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to get better somehow. They say it's the Yerida, the going down, the Tzorach Aliyah, to go back up. It's so confusing. It's so difficult to understand. I'm not fully grasping it, but I'm just trying to point out that it exists in the Torah with the holiest of people. It can happen to us, and it does happen to us, but hopefully it will bring us to greater places, higher places, and let's learn some awesome Torah together while we begin the Torah this Shabbos. Have a great Shabbos.